Happy Saturday morning, Preps fans. It is the final Saturday of the high school basketball season. The 1A through 6A state championships are today. But before we get to these games, one state championship was earlier this week. 4 teams, 2 looking to be the lone team standing. The Summit Tigers take it to the ice to face the Durango Demons. Winner hoists their first ever ice hockey state championship. First period, Durango takes it away when Henry Howe sends it from deep. Demons, 1 goal to none in the first. But let's head to the second period. 2-zip Demons on a power play and well positioned when they take a shot, and Wynn Daniels is there for the putback. Durango goes up 3-zip, and it's not looking good for the Tigers. But here comes Summit. On the power play this time, Eli Powers finds Cole Stuckey. Backdoor, and he scores to make it 3-1. The Tigers will then score a goal in the final 20 seconds, and so does Durango as the Demons win the program's first ever state championship.
Last year was our first year ever.
Best captain overall! Best captain! God!
Such a good feeling. Never gonna forget it.
But in 5A, it was a packed house as the Regis Jesuit Raiders took on the Valor Christian Eagles. And look who's back in the building. Valor coach George Wasdecki, former DU coach who led them to back-to-back national titles. But to the state championship, second period, Regis on the takeaway when Reese Peterson goes right between the legs. 1-zip Raiders. And it would stay that way until the final 2 minutes of the game. The Raiders would go up 2-zip, ending at 3-1, and with a state championship to take home.
It feels phenomenal. We didn't win a single state championship the whole year. Any team except for one of our wrestlers, he won state. So being the first team to win it, it felt good, and I know the boys at school are gonna love it.
But to the hoops, right here at Denver Coliseum will be the final high school game for a lot of students. But before we head to the championships, we got to get through the Final Four. You have got to respect the level of energy these student sections bring to the biggest tournament in the state. Northfield taking on the #1 seed Air Academy. And after trailing by double digits twice, the Nighthawks would pull away on this fast break by LaPortia Allen. And the Nighthawks advance to their first ever state championship game.
All praise to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for getting us here. My girls want this. They're the #1 team, and they knew it from the beginning, and that's what we came to do.
Next up was the Windsor Wizards taking on Vista Peak, and we'll head to the final seconds. Tied at 32 when Madden Smiley cuts to the basket and scores. Windsor outlasts Vista Peak, and Wizards will see you at the state championships. And then there was bad blood. The defending state champion Roosevelt Rough Riders taking on the Meade Mavericks. And Meade would stay in it all night. Alina Gomez gets the feed and goes up and under for the reverse lay on the baseline. But where Roosevelt dominated was size. Sophomore Kyla Hoyer says, if at first you don't succeed, put it back up and score again. Roosevelt will take on Northfield for the title. #1 seed Northfield boys taking on the defending state champ Mesa Ridge Grizzlies. Winner is favorited to win it all. And the Nighthawks would score first thanks to this Judah Michael 3 on the wing. But Mesa Ridge would lead early. Tevin Rio to the hoop. Mesa Ridge takes down the Nighthawks 70-59. 6A girls, Valor taking on the 1 seed Cherokee Trail, and this one was tight. Cougars ball when Delaney Miller drains the 3. But Valor's Quinn Van Sickle had 31 points to take down the #1 seed and send Valor back to the state championship. But to Regis Jesuit legend in the final 13 seconds. Regis eliminates a 14-point fourth quarter deficit to take the lead, but Legends Mason Borchardine ties it. But here come the Raiders on the fast break, and the ref calls a foul on the buzzer. Izzy Davies with the biggest free throw of her life, and she sinks it, and Regis is headed to state. Oh yeah, Riverdale Ridge taking on the D. Evelyn Jaguars, and you know where the winner's headed. Brooklyn Charlo with the Ravens sends it to Bree Crittenson from 3. She knocks it down. The Evelyn's turn now as Peyton Marvel squares up with the rim and knocks down a 3 of her own for their first lead of the game. But Crittenson was on it, this time with a dime to Gabrielle Haar in the corner, and the Ravens win by 22 to advance to the final.
The next game, I think we just got to come out with the same energy, you know. When we come out with that family energy, have trust in each other, it's amazing. I don't think you can stop us.
The #1 seed in 4A, Kent Denver taking on their rivals, Colorado Academy. And this guy right here was on all day, Caleb Faye for Kent Denver. But Colorado Academy would lead early. Simeon Woda Yohannes with the deep ball. but it wouldn't be enough. Kent Denver outlasts them by 4 thanks to 16 from Faye. Holy Family Tigers versus the Resurrection Christian Cougars. The Cougars went neck-to-neck with the #1 overall seed, Olivia Klein, from 3. She had a game-high 17 points, but the second half was the game-changer. Julia Hodell with the steal as the reigning state champs move on to face Riverdale Ridge for it all.
Well, we've never played them before, and I think that it'll be really fun. I think it'll be a good competition. You know, we played well with Roosevelt. They played well with Roosevelt. I think that's a good measuring, and I'm so excited. It's gonna be so fun.
Last year's runner-up, Resurrection Christian, taking on the Lutheran Lions. And Lutheran would have their biggest lead in the second. Braden Jacob with a step back and nothing but net from the 3. But the Cougars would shot that lead down. Leading scorer Jacob Barker with the dump off. And although Lutheran would erase a 10-point deficit in the final minute, it wouldn't be enough. The Cougars head back to the state championship.
We came into it like an underdog mentality, you know. No one believed in us. They didn't think. They said Luther's the favorites. They beat Riverdale by 40. We knew that wasn't the truth. Luther had a bad night. So let's just go kill this Lutheran team, you know. We lost them earlier in the season, but we just played again execution. I feel like we did that well.
The Eagle Crest Raptors, fresh off an upset on 1-seed Fruita Monument, taking on a tougher team, the defending state champs, the Thunder Ridge Grizzlies. And the Raptors came out firing. LaDavian King from deep. He had 14 in the first half, leading by as much as 11. But Thunder Ridge would make it a 1-point game. Shout out to CU commit Andrew Crawford. Trey Ball is good at the half. And the Grizzlies would go up by as much as 12 in the second. But the Raptors cut it to 3, and King would hit all 3 of his free throws to tie the game with 9 seconds left. Andrew Crawford now driving for the game winner, misses. But Tommy White puts it back on the buzzer, and Thunder Ridge heads back to their 3rd straight championship game.
It means everything, you know. I was on the team sophomore year, but didn't get a chance to play much. So to be back here and have a role on this team and to be a part of this is incredible.
The Smoky Hill Buffaloes looking for their first state appearance, but first they got to get through Valor. And this one started off with a bang. Coach Scherer Euro steps between 2 and finishes with the left. But here comes Smoky on the fast break. Contreras to Ray gas away. And you knew it was coming. But to end the first, Kalen Graham sends up the 3 on the buzzer. But Scherer will put his team on his back. He had a game-high 29 points as Valor heads back to the state title game.
Man, we were prepared. Coach got us real prepared. We were excited they beat us early in the season. We were excited for a revenge game. Now ready for Thunder Ridge.
But as we put a bow on the Final Four, 2 teams did what their one program had never done before. Both the girls and boys Northfield programs advanced to the Final Four for the first time in school history. For the first time in school history, both the Northfield Nighthawks basketball teams clinched their first berths to the Final Four.
I don't even have words for it. You know, the ability to have a legacy in Denver Public Schools is huge.
The only DPS schools left in the 5A state semifinals.
Telling me that we put it on for the 303, you know. A lot of people downplay us, thinking that we come from the northeast side.
The boys, the #1 overall seed, eliminating a 4th quarter Meade Maverick 9-point lead to escape to the Grade 8.
We just come with that mindset that we #1, but they still underrate us all the time, so.
The girls, even more impressive, led by 2 freshmen, Madison Bethel and forward Portia Allen, and a first-year head coach and DPS graduate from Manual High School.
Very young team, confident, they want it. They told me that from the beginning, and so it's overwhelming with joy right now.
Allen had a career-high 22 points and peaking at the right time.
I feel amazing, like making history now as a freshman is just amazing.
The job's not finished, but Daquan Slayton has a message for the naysayers.
We just do it better. Should have been a Nighthawk.
Well, the Northfield boys lost to Mesa Ridge in a tough semifinal game, but the Northfield girls are still in it. For that coverage, of course, you can catch us tonight on 9 News at 9 and 10. But, of course, tune in tomorrow morning for the Sunday Morning Prep Rally. That's all, folks. We'll see you right here tomorrow morning on the Sunday Morning Prep Rally.